Let's get cracking!
Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the Dota 2 Champions League. I'm your host, Toby1, bringing you our second game here in the three-game series between both Fnatic as well as Team Empire. So far, Team Empire looking very, very strong. Fnatic also showing some magic with their awesome strats. But, of course, Riot Dota did not prevail in game number one, but game number two is anybody's game. Of course, we are going to look over the teams right now. So let's jump ourselves in and look at Fnatic. Of course, their wonderful lineup. They are known as the Rats of Dota, really, and they're going up against the boys, Team Empire, the men from Ukraine as well as Russia. Is a Russian organization, but a couple of extra Ukrainian players inside that lineup. And then into the game, I can welcome in my co-caster. He has managed to join me finally, which means I can also get myself a bit of a break between the team fights and also have his wonderful wisdom. Sneaking Man, it's great to have you back.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry about game one. Actually, overslept a little bit. 5 minutes, unfortunately. But here I am. Better to be late than never show up.
I really don't blame you, man. I do not blame you. I was staying up for the Nexon sponsorship league grand final, and ended up completely screwing up my body clock. So I actually ended up going to sleep like 11 o'clock yesterday. So today was rough for me. It was really rough to get up in time. But we're here though. We're here though now. And what were you watching? I assume you're watching game number one.
Yeah, it was. Thoughts? Yeah, my thoughts was that Empire had a really solid game, especially Van score with that Rubik play. Every time he was able to steal Fissure, I was very surprised by the way how No Tail played out. He kept giving away the Fissure instead of giving the Enchant Totem. Probably a misplay from him, but props to Van score nonetheless.
Yeah, man, I love it every time. You notice whenever I cast you, I'm always like, yeah, Rubik should be a really good pickup right now. Most of the time it's because of him. It's himself, Kuro, that just make that hero just go next level. For now, though, we'll be having Nyx Assassin as well as Enchantress coming up for Fnatic. So Notel gets his micro-intensive jungle-style hero, and then the Nyx Assassin, of course, could be in the hands of Trixie or Hani. We'll have to wait and see for that one. While Team Empire, they go with what is also very familiar for them. Always want to fly as Visage, Mags, Clockwork. I don't think there's actually any time, like it's a shame to Hard to leave, but I think there's very few games that Mag will ever pass up the Clockwork.
Yeah, it seems like it's his go-to hero regardless of the situation. He'll always play that Clockwork offlane. And I honestly don't recall him really playing any other offlane besides Clockwork. Maybe sometimes Bounty Hunter, but that's really it. But none of the teams ever banned a Clockwork versus Empire. Maybe this is something I should look into, start doing that Clockwork ban.
The problem though is if you don't ban the Clockwork, like see Notel's bans here, he takes out the Invoker and he takes out the Luna in the first two. And Mag is knowing that if he can get it in the first, like he'll get it in the first pick. Even if he's only got one choice, he'll take the Clockwork. Throw it every single time, he'll take the Clockwork. But you want to ban out something like them, like the Luna, who is like the best pushing hero in the game right now, it seems. Or at least a team pushing kind of hero. And then Resolution's Invoker. Like, I can understand why Notel is more scared of those than he is of the Clockwork.
Yeah, and a Dazzle pickup by Team Empire. This is a very good pickup because Enchantress is going to be trying to roam early on, but the Dazzle with the Shallow Grave, as long as he's in the correct spot, he'll always be able to prevent the gank from really happening. And the Shadow Demon, so we're seeing a dual roam situation, the classic Fnatic dual roam.
Seems Nahaz is still here. I didn't see him in the slot when we kicked off, so we will still have our stats man to give information. Yeah. All right. So what are we at? What are we at right now? We got Doombringer AA. You ever had like those brain fart moments? One right there. So Doom AA taken out. Slark Lifestealer taken out.
5 seconds remaining.
Is that really where Era wants to go with this though? Like for me, when you got an Enchantress, an Nyx, and an SD, you want more than a Lifestealer and a Slark. You want something that can help you to push down the towers. That's why like Luna is one of the best pickups for that one. But like, how would you want to approach this for your carry hero now? You got an SD and an Enchantress. Do you just try and go out for all out aggressive and we go back to the Mirana again? So we get the combination with the SD at least?
I'm personally not a big fan of the Mirana pickup because it's not enough burst damage. Well, it is a lot of burst damage, but later on in the stages, the burst damage sort of falls off because there's Dazzle on the other team, and it's very difficult to focus on these current supports of Empire right now. Dazzle will always be in the really far back, and then Vis is just a naturally tanky hero, and then with Slardar. So, okay, this sort of a Rocks Kiss style lineup right now.
Yeah, this is the negative armor Russian PAL lineup. So basically, the Slider always needs someone to help him when it comes to the early fights. But if you put Slider, Dazzle, and Visage down on that bottom lane, Disruption you can never do it defensively or else you'll die. And if you do it aggressively, then you still run that potential of... Like, there's no instant nukage damage that will destroy off any kind of hero, so Dazzle should be able to get the Shallow Grave up, and then the more damage you deal, the more charges Visage is going to get. So you got a lot of nukage coming out from Team Empire in this early stage of the game. But with Fnatic now coming up with a Death Prophet, they add that pushing power I was searching for from their carry, and also gives them a little bit of extra control with the silence.
Yeah, but it can also be the mid solo still. Maybe it's a little bit early to judge, but their lanes are still fairly open. Those two heroes can go many lanes. Next Assassin can go all three. Death Prophet can go mid and short lane. We'll see what they want to do, though. Puck is banned out, so Empire thinks that's a short lane Death Prophet.
Yeah, that's where my mind goes with this, because you know you can take out the Tier 1 tower straight away. That's what my mind's considering right now. And up against the Clockwork, if Team Empire try and run him on the off lane, that Clockwork is toast. And Army of Enchantress just has to run behind it. Now we do still get the Mirana, but it's not in the hands of Fnatic, it's in the hands of Team Empire.
Okay, hold on. This is going to be Resolution Mirana. I just was confused for a second what their lanes were, but okay, this makes sense. So they're expecting the heavy gank up middle, so they pick out a hero who can escape easily like Mirana. But the issue of picking Mirana versus Death Prophet or any laner is that Mirana is not the best laner because she has fairly low base damage, 45, and it's going to require quite a bit for her to do well middle.
Yeah. It's going to require a lot of rotating supports, but Dazzle and Visage aren't really that kind of like rotating supports. If Team Empire are doing an aggressive trialing on the bottom, then maybe you can rotate him behind the Tier 1 tower as an option. And then catch out that Death Prophet in the mid. I'm just not seeing Empire as like perfect killing kind of potential. Where Fnatic with SD and Enchantress, I can feel it so strongly.
Yeah, and we'll just see how they want to lane. But I think it's most likely to be a defensive tri lane, if anything, from Fnatic. Because this dual roam, they always try to get like Shadow Demon 2 levels. Oh.
The OD.
See that? Oh, the Obsidian Destroyer.
It's been a while since an OD's come into the draft. And actually, I say that, but he has been banned out here and there. So people are still thinking of him, but this is the first OD game I've cast in a while. I think I had one like last week, but that's not much in comparison to how much OD used to be played. But Hani up against Resolution, that mid. I'm not seeing Moran having some great times here, but what I'm not sure about, dude, and maybe your thoughts on this one too. You got both Disruption as well as Astral Imprisonment. Do you ever feel like you're removing heroes for too long from the game?
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, I honestly think that Fnatic's going to be very difficult to kill in these team fights, especially if they try to focus the Death Prophet. They can ask for imprisonment and then put the Disruption. That's a 6-second of immortality. Yep.
It's like you don't even need to get that Eul Scepter up on her, but you do. And then you actually manage to just add the Eul Scepter to that one. You get almost, not at your full duration only, but a fair amount of it out.
Ooh, honestly, we might see an aggressive trialing coming out from Empire.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised because there's such a favored lane when they do this aggressive because they can see where the Shadow Demon and Enchantress are at all times. And Clock will always do pretty well against a Nyx Assassin as well. And right now, that Clockwork, okay, Chinky with a little sentry right there, disabling the spawn.
See, this is now like the second time I've seen Empire attempt this ward in the last week. And last time they did it, they were successful in blocking this camp, but they weren't successful in blocking this camp.
Okay, so they're just gonna ward up No-Tail's jungle and call it a day, and make sure they guard their own jungle so No-Tail cannot even get creeps from their jungle. So this is a big deal. If No-Tail does not get this sentry, he's losing a lot in his jungle, and he's going to be roaming without creeps.
It's not really the best way to try and gank up any kind of lane, though. So, middle lane is going to be Resolution's Mirana. Vanscore is rotating top as the Dazzle, and he'll be up there with Always Wanna Fly.
Oh,
and Silence is actually up on the top lane while Mag is on the bottom.
Okay, so one sentry down already, and that already missed. Let's see what's happening. He should realize this cam is blocked, but he luckily gets a Centaur here.
Yeah. Yes, it's that ward where, like, I don't know if Empire it doesn't block up the higher. It just blocks up the other one, but like that's all No-Tail really needs, because they're not pressuring the rest of his jungle. One observer will see what he's got, but he can still farm up these 3 camps here. No, there's no problem with that at all. And doing pull-throughs is fine too.
Yeah, and these were the lanes I think Empire was actually trying to do. Instead of the sort of dual lane Dazzle is really strong because the Dazzle's Poison Touch has gotten buffed so much. This level 1 efficiency is so high, and with the low regeneration that Obsidian Destroyer has in his inventory, it's going to be quite rough for him to lane this, honestly.
Wow, for Fnatic, they won't want to know that stat. Keep that stat hidden from Fnatic at all times.
Undefeated, huh?
Yep. It's no real surprise when Empire have an undefeated Dazzle, considering their recent record as well. No-Tail, smoke gank. He's on the way, and he's going to be looking towards middle lane more than likely. He's got a Troll and a Centaur. Smoked up straight away. And with the 2 heroes here in the mid, you've got Vanscore that still hasn't leveled up Shallow Grave just yet. So getting a kill on this middle lane is quite difficult.
He just skilled it. He knows this is coming. He's scouting it as well. It's going to be a complete fail gang.
Yeah, it's because the Dark Troll summoned a Broke Smoke.
That's really unfortunate. And an Invisibility Rune does spawn bottom lane. And Mag is trying really hard to stand around this area to try to break the smoke when No-Tail runs by. And it's very smart of him to do so. But he's sacrificing a lot of experience right now.
Yeah. I think he's also cottoned on to the fact that he has to stay in close. Because without that experience, without the money from the Rocket, yeah, the boot's now up and running. But Fly, this will be Disruption to start with. There is a catcher available. Centaur Stomp, or they use the Troll Trap to start with because the Troll's about to time out. So instead, they just beat down into him, and then Era comes in for the kill secure with the Crypt Swarm. So first blood goes the way of Fnatic.
Yeah. Fnatic still finds his space. It's very difficult to lane against a Shadow Demon Enchantress combo as a Clockwork, honestly. And even if you sit under right in front of your tower, there's really no guaranteed safety. You have to honestly sit at the tower and just try to cog creeps and get the best of the situation. And right now, just like that, first blood goes to Fnatic, and all that crippling No-Tail is facing is slightly looking better for him.
Also keeping an eye up in this top lane to see how Trixie's doing, because he's up for 10 for 1 up against this Slaughter who's 18 for 5. So Trixie got a lot more than I thought he was going to in this offlane, especially considering the harassment and control, which you can see coming out from the Visage. Well, Honey's having a bit of a fun battle here in the middle lane. Vanscore, as well as Resolution, just being forced back. This Sata coming in from the Enchantress. Still a bit of a nice presence there in the middle lane from No-Tail, and kind of always is. I don't know if you saw him in the very, very start of the game when he first picked up that Centaur. Sent it towards middle lane to try and zone out Resolution. Ended up just coming in and stealing a last hit, and then walking straight back out again.
Yeah, a Centaur isn't very efficient at harassing, but a Satyr on the other hand with 6 of those shockwaves, each doing 125. It's insane how much work a Satyr can do versus dual lane situation. And No-Tail grabs a haste rune, so Empire will not be able to get anything out of that rune.
Surprised Mag even walked over for it, because this Observer Ward spotted the Enchantress walking past.
Yeah, and this is the second time that Mag sort of has been misplaying after having vision there. Like both the creatures casually walked over all the way from this camp to Mag, and then Mag didn't even react.
Maybe he's just caught a little bit napping there. Already
lane?
one game ahead. Yeah, always on fly, low on life. Trixie, Spy Carapace is almost asking Silent to attack him, but Silent waited just long enough for the Spy Carapace to wear off, but by that point, Visage is already dead.
I'm pretty sure the only way that happened right there, top lane, was that Spike Carapace returned the damage of Soul Assumption. Otherwise, there's no way Trixie can possibly have enough damage to kill a full health Visage.
All I saw was like stun as well as well, he didn't even have mana burn. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe just a little bit too close to the fire.
Yeah, and just like that, Nyx Assassin's level 6. He's even higher than the mid solo, and Trixie's really gonna be able to carry these early engagements with this high level advantage that he has. The bottom lane.
Yeah, Mag Disruption. They'll go for the catch. There's another Crypt Swarm available, but won't get it in there. And Era also noted his build. I know Nahaz just flagged it as well, but this Hand of Midas on the Death Prophet, insanely unconventional.
Well, the idea behind it is very clear, though. You want the Hand of Midas for that early level 11 where your Death Prophet ulti efficiency almost doubles. And it's very hard to get levels as a safe lane when your supports are just constantly sitting in lane because they're trying to zone out the enemy offlaner. And it honestly makes a lot of sense. But right now, this bottom tier 1 is in a lot of trouble and looks like
coming top lane. Amplify damage on Trixie, but Trixie's by Carapace. Silent crushed him while it was still up. So he ends up hitting the damage into himself, and Trixie not having a great time there on the top lane, but still able to survive against the Empire attack. Well, Notel, Mag, he's coming in close. Fly, there is to catch her as well as he's gonna do it himself. Disruption on himself. This means he'll just sacrifice his own life here, Fly, and maybe thinks about trying to finish off the tower, but just a quick burst damage down with the heal coming out from Dazzle. Like, you never even had to use it. The illusion's just popped and the tower gets denied.
Top lane? Yeah. Ooh, we might see a kill, but there is a ward. Let's see if Silent reacts it. Yeah, he's going to back off. And Hani realizing that he just backed off without CS and creep, he should know that they have a ward there and stop wasting his time at top lane. But he's going to wait a little bit. I'm not too sure about this because Hani's already pretty far behind, sitting at only 16
he knows
kills.
He doesn't want to come back in towards middle lane right now because he sees Notel also desperately in need of levels to reach that impetus, or just like he's 13 for 0 on this Enchantress. They want to get a little bit more money up on him and not have to rely on the jungle to do it.
Yeah, but you're sacrificing OD, and when your OD is under level and under farm, it's really such a worthless hero to have. It's honestly it's as good as Shadow Demon is, honestly. Support as well, not just a Shadow Demon, any Shadow Demon, but support.
Yeah, I get your point, man. I get your point. I think Era's about to have another crack at that bottom lane. He's still got the ulti up. There's no reason why he can't force towards the tier 2 tower and force the rest of Empire to come back. But I want to see what he does with his Hand of Midas money. Because right now we're walking around with basic boots as well as a ring.
Yeah.
And a TP scroll is all he's going to purchase up right now. So maybe they rotate middle. Yep, there's some movement coming in. And Trixie, oh, he says screw it. He's TPing bottom lane instead after walking in behind the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, this is going to back up very smartly, so this is going to be a completely wasted gank, unless...
Resolution and Vance got a smoke to come bottom, so maybe it won't be. Oh, Visage is too close. Hit with Vendetta, follow-up stun, and then the Crypt Swarm kill secure from the Death Prophet.
Oh my, arrow landed, and we'll see if they want to go for this.
If he can get the Spy and Carapace up fast enough, he's going to stun Vanscore as well as Resolution. In fact, turns him for the stun. And Trixie has to walk himself away, but Fly, now he'll come into that bottom lane. Disruption, catcher can be perfect, quick level of poison as well. And Vanscore, well, he's going to go into his ultimate right now, but the poison's going to tick him out if he's not careful, but he's back at base healing. And very quickly.
Ooh, just like that. Dodged another bullet for Empire, but it was really unfortunate because always wanted Fly was going to live if his teammates were probably a little bit closer, but unfortunately that didn't work out for him. And this Visage is very under level. He's only at level 4 at 9 minutes in. He really needs to hit that level 6. And Smoke Gang from Fnatic right now, they're pinging out middle.
Yeah, they're going to see if they can nail it down, dude. Come in behind. Resolution, if you can catch him during the leap. What's Notel got? He's got a Dark Troll Summoner, which has got some decent lifetime left on it, so he'll be okay. So they do still have the troll trap available coming into that mid, which is the most important thing.
Right now, the way I see the smoke gank from Fnatic is that it's not going to work because we have a vision right here from Empire, and as long as Always On Fly stays in the tree lines right here, he's going to be able to scout out the smoke gank and with vision, so they're going to know immediately. And with the Mirana and Leap, there should be like no way that he'll die, even if he gets Astral imprisonment. So we'll see what happens though. But that's my prediction for his upcoming play.
Well, let's see how it goes, man. Always On Fly's broken the smoke, but now Troll Trap can be used on him. Already with the poison at least. Runs away, the Troll will take the stun from the arrow. And Mag's looking for a hook shot. Yeah, but look at the Undead Army. That Undead Army was on the perfect line to hit a hero. If he went a little bit to the side, he wouldn't have hit anybody.
Yeah, and the Vanguard was just purchased by Silent, so he opts for this Vanguard build instead of the Fast Blink. So maybe we'll see him go back to it, or maybe he'll just rush a straight BKB, because he really does need BKB versus the pure damage lineup from Fnatic.
Yeah.
Arrow, it will hit no tail. No, it won't. Ooh,
flies a little bit off, and then she sprinks even faster. I'm watching Era who bought a Yule Scepter recipe right now, so that answers our question as far as like what Era is going to be building into. While Trixie now comes up towards the top lane. He'll need TP support to try and get this kill, though, because he can't solo kill Silent. So here's the first TP coming in. That's the Shadow Demon, so they're looking for the sprint away. But Disruption, Catcher, Era in as well, and he got the silence off. So there's no sprint to go. Trixie stuns in 1 second, and can he hit him? No! Silence around the corner, but now Mag, he'll look for a counter initiation into Trixie with the amplified damage. Battery Assault, Crush, Soul Assumption. Trixie gets destroyed. Vanscore's also on his way up as well, and yeah, they're going to pull into a 5-man.
It's going to land. No, yeah, it is.
Era moves up and back down again. He'll evade for now.
I'm not sure why they're trying to gank up a Vanguard Slardar with Sprint. It's kind of insane why they even attempted that. Just like that, they just gave a free tower as long as the tower kill. Oh, hero kill, excuse me.
Yeah. The tower and the hero death. Given to Team Empire, and Clockwork will take the last hit too. As the Hand of Midas now finishes up on the OD. His first major item 11 minutes in. This is very, very late for Hani.
Yeah, but the good thing is he still hasn't died yet. Arrow misses. Ooh, okay, so I thought he just didn't even see it. What's going on?
Leaping into the fight resolution. Not quite sure what plan was, but
yeah.
Either way now, Hani will back himself out from the middle lane just a little bit. Be a little bit more defensive, but look at Era's money, dude. All he needs right now is that stone, and basically he's finished his Yule Scepter already. And this is 12 minutes in, level 9 on the Death Prophet. It's looking pretty damn decent for Era, but I still want to see that Slardar being a little bit more like involved in the map. They're just letting him farm up right now in the top lane, sitting at 78 for 21. His net worth is the second highest, just behind that of the Hand of Midas and Death Prophet on the bottom lane.
Yeah.
So when he gets that Blink Dagger up and running, I would be very concerned for Fnatic.
Right now, I think Empire's going for Roshan play or huge smoke into their jungle, because they have 4 heroes in middle lane and they just recently purchased a smoke. And Clockwork is showing himself bottom lane or maybe walking into the jungle himself, one or the other. So let's see what Empire wants to do. Roshan? No, they want to go for kills.
Sprint on Silent. They're searching for the opening. And the Death Prophet will be the main thing. If he turns right now, sees him, and now Crash, Arrow, amplifies up and running too with the Starfall. They get a very easy kill on the Death Prophet.
Yeah.
She just purchased it. Just on Death, it's over on the courier right now.
Yeah, so right now they can either go for the Roshan or defend middle. But looks like they want to go defend middle. Oh, Silent does have a TP scroll and Sprint online.
Second
so this arrow lands.
No towel, 5 seconds on it. Good disruption. At least not even disruption, that was your imprisonment, but Resolution's waiting with the Starfall as well as always when a fly to go into the Soul Assumption.
Trixie?
Yeah, he's waiting for someone to get a little bit too deep under the tower. He's going to have to turn and set onto Resolution. Arrow flies, Trixie tanks it for the team. And now you'll get the Sun over on Silent. Familiars are coming in and Clockwork hooks into the Familiars by accident. Resolution still taking up the tower, already drops the oldie on Silent. The Familiars are trying to chase down Trixie. I say trying, they're succeeding with Mag around here. Trixie's try to go for the stun, but the battery assault just kept screwing him up. But Era comes into the fight, popping off the ultimate. Does he really want to commit it in for just this one? Enchantress, there's your Mirana ulti. And Silent wants to turn in and fight. He's already regenerating quite nicely, and there's more support coming in from the tier 1 tower. No-Tell, Crush into the poison with the heal as well. Team Empire, the first time they group up, and it's going perfectly their way. They're not done yet. Hani, he's amplifying for the moment. Mag doesn't have a hook shot available, but they're just trying to zone him out away from that tier 1 tower. And it looks like they might even be successful.
Yeah, just like that was a 4-for-0 engagement, and No-Tell died twice as well, so he's really suffering from this early game that he's having. And he's not even level 6, so he's not even any good use in these team fights without that impetus. But right now, Empire can do Roshan as soon as after they heal, because they're so far ahead after engagement. If they try to force a fight at Roshan, they're going to win it. And right now, with the medallion recently purchased on Visage, the Roshan would be very fast kill alongside the amplified damage from Slaughter. But looks like Empire is not done running at this middle lane yet. We see a invisible Mirana searching for more kills. He's going to back up.
If they found a slide open, they probably would have gone for it. But Team Empire seem to be indecisive. Like, they're not quite sure if they want tier 1 tower bottom lane. The arrow is going to fly up here, but Fly is nowhere near it. Hani almost walked back into it. Yeah, this will be a tier 1 tower in the bottom lane to go down. Also, guys, prepare yourselves, prepare your buttons, prepare your fingers. Be letting off the code for your rares, courtesy of Dota 2 Lounge. Of course, one of the partners here of the Dota 2 Champions League. So head yourself over to Dota2Lounge.com/giveaways. It's the place to go to. And I'll be letting you know your 4-digit code. The first person to enter it ends up getting a 4. Oh, not 4. They get four digits and 10 rares if you're the first one to get it in. Meanwhile, up on top lane, it's going to be the ulti out from Era, and Clockwork, wonderful hook shot in. Silent comes in for the crush as well.
Yes.
He was silenced for the moment, so they couldn't do it properly. But yeah, Clockwork takes the kill. Always when it flies on the run, and there's more support. Trixie's going to get the stun off here. So they get one, then moves into Vanscore. Disruption, familiar drop down, might buy a little bit more time for Empire to come in. But there's no TPs on the wave. In fact, they're just rotating down. Spike Carapace looks for the stun. Vanscore just copying impetuses, and now he has to use the Shallow Grave already. Trixie balls up the stun and being amplified in resolution. It's a very easy right click to get the kill.
Yeah, No-Tell's going to go down here as well.
Yeah, with that blink on Silent, the initiation is just too easy. It's resolution with a double kill. Even pops up an illusion rune. And now they'll finally get to go in for Roshan. And there is no contest here for Fnatic. They've only got OD ulti, and that won't be enough.
Yeah. And the Dazzle's finally got his ultimate now, so these team fights are gonna get even worse for Fnatic with the low armor hero that they have. Like, each Death Prophet has 7 armor, but with that amplified damage and Reeve coming out from Shadow Shaman, or Dazzle, excuse me. Yeah, Shadow Shaman. Whoops.
It's fine.
It's gonna be, yeah, he's gonna have like negative 15 armor. Negative 15 armor is probably around 50% extra damage, so this Death Prophet is looking to be like 3-shotted by any melee hits.
Fnatic, you're gonna try and take this fight, man. Death Prophet, you're right, you'll have to sit back for the moment. But Team Empire, they want a better positioning for this. Like, you see Fnatic, they're grouping up like just around the back of the tower. While Team Empire, like if they try and force from this angle up, they'll just find themselves fighting on the low ground, up against a tier 1 tower, and up against a large amount of controlling ultimates from Fnatic. And that's not the way Empire want to play. They want to play pick-off style, and Fnatic realize they're not going to go and do that. They smoke up and looking for a kill. Haste rune to be taken. Luckily for Fnatic, there's no observer ward for the dire side seeing this, but they're going to find always when to fly. So Trixie in, and then Vendetta hit, follow-up stun, and the Familiars will drop down, but these guys can also be farmed up right now by Hani. And they're thinking about waiting, but Mag jumps in. He's going on Hani. Imprisonment, actually, it's the Shadow Demon Disruption with the weave over on No-Tell. Hani comes up and then imprisons up his own teammate, trying to save the life, right? Oh, sorry, not his own teammate, taking out Silent, trying to save his teammate. The Fly, the follow-through comes in with the Familiars with the amplified damage up on him. They dish out a huge amount. And Silent blinks up, gets the crush off, even though Hani did 4-star away. And then another imprisonment. Resolution. There's no mana right now for any kind of arrow, but with the 3 attacks, one more hit from the Familiar will do the job. Trixie. Oh, Spy Carapace. It comes up now. The rocket from Clockwork got the kill, but another blink. Trixie, a 3-man stun. Vanscore's in close. He's trying to stay alive as long as he can, Trixie, but amplified up. No Tal TP's in, throwing away his life points, and then Weave on the entire Team Empire lineup means they'll kill off No Tal, and their armor is buffing up so high that no one from Fnatic will want to fight that.
Yeah, and that was a 4-for-1 engagement, and Aerox was actually soloed by the Visage Birds, so it just shows you how much output Empire has in his lineup, regardless of being a down man.
Radiant's middle tower has
Oh. Now, record. Coming out now for Dota 2 Lounge. The code you'll require if your fingers are ready. It ends with a CD, and it starts with a VT. Just to screw with people. So VTCD is the code that you were typing in right now. And the first person to get into the Dota2Lounge.com/giveaway little box that it gives you there will end up having 10 rares put on their Dota 2 Lounge account. So you can bet them rares on your future games. And the last code I'll be giving out over my Facebook page. So facebook.com/W1Dota. I'll put it up at the end of tonight's game. Or halfway through game 3. So you'll probably need to follow the page if you want to know instantly when it comes out. Or smash the refresh button. Yeah, but back into our game. So Team Empire, that's going to back up for now. It seems like they're in perfect control. There you got Clockwork, who's hitting almost every single hook. He's got Blade Mail and Force Staff, so they're looking great for that one. Seems like Visage is also finding the farm that he wants, a full mech as well as Medallion up and running. Then you got Dazzle with Urn, and now he can also afford up some Arcane Boots, which are kind of much needed for himself as well as the rest of his team. Resolution's got the Yasha, Ring of Aquila, Drums, Phase Boots, 21 minutes in, and still got 1,500 gold to boot. Just seems like Empire's got everything they need to win this game.
Yeah, and right now, Silent, very close to that BKB, and Boots of Travel just purchased for Death Profit, but that's not going to help him survive. Are they seriously trying to rat Dota through the rest of the game? I'm not sure what their game plan is right now.
I think rat Dota is exactly what they want to do here. But you see Empire, they're waiting for it. They were waiting for someone to come to this bottom lane. And Silent, Sprint, Blink, Crush, Amplify. There's more support to come out from the Clockwork, but they're not quite sure about it. But Mackin, yep, there he goes. Battery Assault. Melva's forcing Era to get back from the creep wave. You'll Scepter up or not. Silent blinks into the cogs. Kill up on top lane. They're going to bring down Resolution. But this is only the Aegis Immortal. TP support's on the way up towards the top lane. So Aegis will come back up again. The weave over on Resolution. Trying to keep him alive a little bit longer. While the Spy Carapace from Trixie now worn off. So the Arrow and Soul Assumption from Resolution and Fly finds themselves with the kill. And the rest of Fnatic just TP out. Trade Aegis Immortal for your Nyx as well as your Death Prophet. I don't think anyone's going to say that's a worthwhile trade.
Yeah, you'd never want to trade your Death Prophet for anything in any sort of lineups. It's the best. It's honestly the best hero in your team. But right now has 4 deaths to his name, and it's only level 11. He really needs to start picking up some health and armor items, but he's not able to get any farm. Every time he tries to get farm, there's a 2-man gank squad ready for him.
That's what he's trying to do on the bottom lane right now. BT out to the lane, knowing that Empire have already TP'd up towards the top. Crypt Swarm farm it. His movement speed is quite nice though, like 503 base movement speed. You can push quite fast with this, and your regeneration's also quite good. And he knows he's got another 28 seconds before he can come back anyway. So push it and try and force Team Empire to respond to the Crob.
Yeah, right now Team Empire are saying, screw it, we'll just trade towers with you and get hero kills off of these trades as well. But Trixie spots out Silent.
Yeah, disruption already. He was thinking about having a cracker. We got gems or something. We don't even have detection.
Yeah, they don't even care about this
gem on the Visage. There's a gem on the Visage.
Hook shot maybe coming out from Mag.
He's gonna.
Let's see.
Like even with the blade mail, like, Rocket will see Era, but Era's moving so quickly that getting a hook shot on that is next to impossible.
Yeah, you would have to get pretty lucky. But if if the hookshot does land, Air's in deep trouble because there is a blade mail on Clockwork, so he'll be bursting down himself very quickly as you cannot control the spirits to not attack.
Yeah, well, unless you just Yule Scepter yourself up into the air. Protect yourself for a little bit. That should be enough for the duration of the blade mail.
Arrow?
Yeah,
Ooh,
misses.
Yeah.
The
With the
TP
land.
out from Hani. But with the gem, they can't keep that kind of vision up on the hill. But you notice Era? He hasn't backed off that bottom lane yet.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. They know they can't fight heads on right now, so like Air's trying to rat as much as he can. But this Clockwork hookshot's gonna be up momentarily, and he'll have seeing many green lights TPing on this tower.
Well, there it comes.
There's one.
Hooked in perfectly. And Era locked in a corner. He's going to go for the silence. Yule Scepter up into the air. And then runs up a little bit further. Now we see that movement speed coming out. But with a Starfall from Resolution, they do get the kill. And Trixie's looking for something collateral. Like he's coming out with it. He won't see the courier. Or does he? He doesn't. He can't catch it though.
Yeah, it's flying.
Yeah. So
Oh, that was a level 1 Vendetta as well, so very short duration and low movement speed.
Didn't realize he's so underleveled.
Yeah, he has such a great start. At minute 7, he was already level 6, but right now, 25 minutes in the game, he's only level 10.
Alright, well, so it's time for chat trivia. So who are the only 2 heroes with under 25% win rates? A 316 and a 516 in 10 plus appearances and 6.80 Pro Dota 2 so far. So basically the worst of what's continuously selected.
Oh man. Only know heroes that win a lot. Let me think of heroes that lose a lot.
Yeah, you don't really remember the ones that just keep failing. I'd almost want to say like Elder Titan would be there in the mix-up for the heroes that keep failing.
Elder Titan, yeah, Liquid recently lost of it. I can see that maybe as a possibility.
It's the first one that comes to my mind as far as like it's a rando, I guess.
Yeah, it can't be a support hero because support heroes are gonna always have more than a couple wins because they're picked so often, despite they may not be the best hero. But right now, bottom lane, hold on to that thought.
Silent's having a crack right now at No-Tail. He doesn't know he's in the jungle though, so now Silent, he's like, oh, hang on, I wasn't ready for this. And the Blink Deck has gone on cooldown. Amplify or not, Trixie, he's going to waft the stun. And they didn't keep the attacks going on Silence, who was able to blink away and buy himself some space. Quick mana burn, arrow flies out. They had to hold back so they could avoid it, which means Mag can hook himself in. Spike Carapace starting back a little bit. Mag, he's going to get nuked down a little bit, but the nukage coming the way of Fnatic is so much stronger from Team Empire. Resolution's got arrow back off cooldown again, but they're here for the tier 2 tower. They just don't have the creep wave to allow them to do so.
I mean, this game has been such dive heavy, and I haven't even noticed that the scoreboard is so uneven. These trades are really not in Fnatic's favor. It's 21-5, and I don't even remember the last time really Empire really died. Lost a hero. It's probably that top lane in their jungle when they lost a Visage.
Era. He's triggered the ulti on the bottom lane. He'll take the tower, but he can't TP back for 36 seconds. Fortification is down right now for Fnatic, and they just lost Fly as well. So it's up to the rest of Fnatic to keep Empire out of their base, because this bottom lane's also pushing in from Era. He's doing as much damage to the tier 3 tower as possible. No-Tail, hook shot in. They've got one. Now they go over to Trixie. Trixie with a 4-man stun. Not too shabby for him. It's buying a little bit of space. But the Rex will still go down here for Fnatic. It shouldn't be a double Rex though, because we still have the Death Prophet farming up. 2 seconds until BTs come off cooldown. But they just keep losing people. Now Hani will die as well. Empire do not have to leave this base. They rotate top and take a secondary Rax.
Yeah, and Nair's not going to push fast enough for the ultimate being down. And Fnatic should be tapping out anytime right now. It's Pugna and Obsidian Destroyer.
Wow, really? Pugna has that low success rate?
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are
It is sort of surprising. We saw much success with Pugna from Team DK from the previous MLG and ever so after.
Yeah, but that was also when like push lineups were like the focus of everything. But yeah, obviously not the case in this game. or in this meta, sorry. But there's our GG. So game number 2 is over, and Team Empire will take a commanding victory here in the D2CL over the top of Fnatic, and that also means that Team Empire, as far as their group goes, they are 2-0. They are 2-0 in the D2CL so far, and you only play 4 games in this first stage. And by finishing in the number 1 position, you go directly into the semi-finals of the single elimination bracket, which is to be coming up later on. And, well, Alliance, they're also nibbling on the heels. They're 1-0, and Sigma's in there too. So Sigma, Roxkiss, and Fnatic now all go 0-1. Of course, in the secondary group 2, Team Liquid are the ones topping it. We talked about Team Liquid losing recently. They haven't lost in the D2CL. They're 2-0, and Na'Vi are 1-0 with Cloud9, VP, and PR pushing up the daisies a little bit there in group number 2. But for all the details of the tournament, head yourself over to d2cl.org. It'll let you know everything that's happening with the tournament, and of course you can find the direct links there. Also, purchase the ticket. By doing so, with every ticket purchase, we put $2.50 USD into the prize pool, and that's the count we have going. So far, we're over $100,000 in the prize pool, $50,000 coming out from the organizer, and of course, the rest coming from you guys, the community. You also get a wonderful Pudge set as on top of the awesome Dota, which we get to cast for the D2CL. So definitely check it out. Buy yourself a ticket and support the group. Rares coming out in a moment over on my Facebook page, so Toby1 Dota is where it will be going up, and I'll be putting the code as well as the link to where you can claim your rares. And I'm also not done for the night, Sneaking. I'm not done for the night. I'm going to stick around, and we're going to cast a little bit more Team Empire as they go up against Power Rangers in the Join Dota League. It's a bit of a break. I'll be heading over to Join Dota Red to do that one. So if you want to join me, I would welcome your company. For now, though, Sneaking, thanks for coming on for second game. Any last thoughts?
Just really well played from Empire, and props to them. And I'm really happy for Empire right now because they just had a new lineup from Resolution, and they have great success ever since this player swap from Scano to Resolution. So congratulations to Empire.
Yeah, awesome. So guys, thanks for watching. VODs will be over on the channels in shortly. Of course, YouTube is 2 days after. Of course, if you were watching the YouTube channel as well, we released like 3 sets of the D2CL VODs because we're back up and running and up to date with those guys too. So definitely check it out at youtube.com/join Dota. For now, though, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, the D2CL will return. We have more games coming your way, so definitely check it out. Tomorrow night is Virtus Pro going up against Power Rangers, and joining, later in the week will be Sigma versus Roskits and Na'Vi versus Liquid. And coming up on Sunday will be Na'Vi going up against Speed Gaming. So 7 days from now is possibly going to be one of the best games coming out from Group 2. So definitely keep your eyes peeled, and we'll see you next time here on the Join Dota Dailymotion live stream.
Let's get cracking!